So the question really is, should we skip college? If you're a college student and you're at college right now or thinking about going to college, you're facing these huge loans to go to college, you're facing taking 2, 3, 4, 5 years out of your possible working life to go and improve your education. Now we know that college adds about $1 million to your lifetime earning potential. There's studies out recently that show that, and maybe what you need to do is to run some compound growth rate simulations using some of the tools on the web, and maybe we'll do this in another video, and see what the extra 3 years of work on $20,000 or $40,000 a year less than the typical college graduate would get in their working lives. What would happen if you start off with less money, but invested it earlier and kept it going for the extra 5 years? Would you in fact outdo the college kid? By the way, my suspicion is, from a strictly financial point of view, probably you would, but I haven't run the numbers myself, but I'll make a small bet with you that I'm right. But however, in a previous video I did suggest that college kids do go to college, but they do not waste their years by doing something unusual. Rather than going out and partying with all your friends and enjoying your college years to the max, enjoy them to the max less 10%, and put the extra 20% of your time or 30% of your time, because remember, you're a college kid, you've got all the time and energy in the world. Who needs sleep when you're at college? To find new ways of creating money. Have a look at how many of the new businesses out there. Take a look at Facebook, started by a college kid while he was in college, and look where that is. Now you don't need to have the next Facebook, you don't need to make multi-billion dollars. The whole objective here is just to generate, at the minimums for extra income, at the maximum, a fantastic business. And so the best way I know to do that is don't get a second job, go out and start your own business. Could be an internet business, could be a car wash, I don't know what, but in my view, starting a business is the best way to go. Maybe it's going to be buying and flipping real estate. That could be a good one for you, I don't know. It's certainly not something I've ever succeeded at, but who am I to tell you what to do? But certainly I like the idea of starting a real service-based business or internet business, because they're the easiest ones for college kids to do, and I've spoken about doing part-time businesses on other videos, and for people who are working, that knowledge would equally apply to college kids. But the question then becomes, why not just skip college altogether and go straight into business? So you don't have to do part-time, you can concentrate yourself on the full-time and make a lot more money. Well, you could do that, but what happens if the businesses didn't succeed? So you stop and start and stop and start and try again. So when you start a business, you should plan on at least a couple of failures. So at the very least, if you stay in college, you've got a backup plan there. So you're learning something that could get you a job in the real world, and that gives you a great buffer to keep retrying and trying and trying again on these part-time businesses until you find one that works. Find low capital businesses that crashes, goes belly up, doesn't matter. You've finished college, you're earning some money, spend less and put some more of it into trying the next business. So my view is that if you leave college to start your business and it fails, it will change your life. Obviously it will change your life, because you won't know what to do next. No business, no college, no job. What are you going to do? Go work in a supermarket? Not ideal. But if you stay in college and the business fails, it won't change your life. It need not change your life if you did it sensibly in the first place. It will only staying in college will only change how you spend your money while you're in college. So if your business is successful and you're earning some money, then you'll have some extra income that you can use to grow your business, maybe start some external investments, or maybe spend a little bit of money on beer and Skittles if that's what you really want to do, but I suggest you don't do too much of that. So what could be wrong with that? And the best thing that's happening is, while you're doing this, is instead of spending 99% of your money, you're actually saving 99% of your money because you don't have it to spend. It's going into your business. You're investing in your business. So the worst case scenario that could happen is, if your businesses fail while you're in college, you leave college being used to not spending, and which means that you've got a very low cost lifestyle. You have to, because you haven't had the money. So you're grunging, maybe still living at your parents' place or sharing a dorm with 20 other kids, instead of having your own apartment, renting with 2 or 3 other kids living in luxury. Maybe you're driving a 20-year-old car or a 10-year-old car rather than buying a 6-year-old car like some of your other college buddies are doing. You're skimping and saving. Maybe you're only going out for drinks once a week and you're going out to a cheaper place to do it rather than the hottest nightclub with some of your other buddies. So maybe you're not the coolest kid in college, but hell, you'll be the coolest kid when you get your Maserati in 2 or 3 years' time, believe me. So the important thing is, even if your business is a sale, well, one thing you've learned is you've learned to be frugal by delaying gratification. And by delaying gratification means not buying stuff that you want right now, waiting till later on. So the gratification you're waiting for is to have that, you're foregoing the nicer car now to get that Maserati later on. That's how your mindset is. And believe me, when you go into business, you're quite capable of having that mindset because your optimism says, I don't care what he's doing over there because in 5 years' time I'm going to be a multi-millionaire and he'll never be able to keep up with me. So now if the business fails, you've kept that lifestyle of delayed gratification. So now worst case scenario is when you leave college, you start earning an income, you're not going to be spending all of that money on buying the flashiest accommodation. You'll keep living in cheaper accommodation, your friends will. You'll keep driving cheaper cars than your friends will because you'll be used to being laughed at. And I don't mean that seriously because you've chosen your circle of friends, accordingly and carefully. But what you'll do is you start earning income, instead of spending 80% of that income or 90% like your friends or 100%, you'll be saving 80% of the income or 70% of the income. And you'll fight for every 10% of the income that you have to spend more. You'll go kicking and screaming to spend 40% of the income so that you can still save 60%. If that doesn't work, you'll scratch it and keep scratching to spend 45 or 50%, but you won't do it easily. You'll go down fighting. So my point is that you will start off at a much higher savings rate than any of your friends. So the time that you've lost in college with a business failure or 2 businesses, you'll make up for by having this fantastic spending and saving regimen that you could have learned any other way. So, as I said, the advice I gave in the previous videos, which is to live like a grunge and plow as much money as possible into starting speculative businesses, or hopefully less speculative ones that will actually work, but if they turn out to be speculative, make sure you don't put all your personal assets on the line. Try and do them cheap. If they fail, you've learned something and you've learned how to save, and keep that saving mentality until you do succeed, because it will take you less than 60 years. Worst case, now it might only take you 20 years if you never go back into business again. This could be some of the best financial advice that a college kid ever receives, and it's going to be the simplest damn advice you've ever heard.